Side, absolutely right. I first toured during the 1980s with the Phantom, an air defence aircraft, and we studied these aircraft in great depth. Unfortunately at the time, information was sketchy. The photos were grainy, black and white, but fantastic to see them here today. Even better to have them as allies. I particularly enjoyed the guided tour of the cockpit yesterday. Real hardware, real Soviet block technology, but built to purpose and still flying some 30 years on.
Indeed so. These aircraft were used across the Warsaw Pact and countries in the Soviet sphere of influence at the time. European users amongst the Warsaw Pact countries, Bulgaria, Czechoslovakia, East Germany and Hungary, as well as Poland. Continuing this racetrack pattern now as they run in for another pass. In the Cold War, the fitter would have penetrated hostile Western airspace using high-speed, low-level tactics to try and evade enemy fighters. The intended Soviet tactic in the Cold War seems to have been to use very large fighter bomber packages with fighter aircraft escorts rather than the smaller flights that were common within NATO during that period. Soviet Su-17 fitters served in the invasion of Afghanistan, and later Russian examples were used in the war in Chechnya. The export variants, the Su-20 and 22, were employed in combat by Angola, Iraq, Libya, both throughout the 1980s and in the recent conflicts in 2011, Peru, Syria, once again recently also, and in Yemen. Poland originally received 110 examples of the fitter, both the single-seat M4K version we see here and the two-seat UM3K conversion trainer. Today they have 32 of them in service, 6 of the two-seaters and 26 single-seaters. All of them now concentrated at Sweden, where these aircraft come from, the 21st Air Base in northwestern Poland. Now we see the two aircraft splitting for the next part of their display.